Hey folks, and welcome to Ron's Rants. I'm Ron, and I'm here to rant a little bit. So be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Trying to make it better, trying to give you the facts, and that's all I'll ever give you is the facts. It's all about truth, and I'm doing my little part to bring truth to the American people. So I watched. I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch a little bit of the DNC convention, but. My God, it was like watching hair dry. But it just I mean, Joe Biden had a decent speech. I gotta give him that. Of course, he was on a teleprompter, and somebody wrote the speech for him, I'm sure. And he said all the things everybody wants to hear. Unfortunately, that's not the Democratic Party. That that is not their narrative. If you look at what they're doing, I mean. They don't even try to hide it anymore. It's right out plain open. I mean, it is a party of hate. I mean, socialism, okay, communism. That is what that party is made of. Listen, if you're Democrat, this is not the party of JFK, if you remember John F. Kennedy. This is not my mother's Democratic Party. God love her. That is the one thing we always disagreed on because I am a Republican and I am a conservative. Okay? But I do not believe that every Republican is without sin. Okay? I think I base and I judge these people on the content of their character. Not the color of their skin, because I'm not racist, but the content of their character. You know, it's all about good people. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or you're Republican. If you're a good person, if you're an honorable person, if you're a humble person, that's the things that matter in this world. But not hate. And not to divide this country, which is what the Democratic Party is doing today. You know, the Democratic Party has been hijacked. I mean, sometimes I look at it and I think to myself, this is pure evil. These people are pure evil. I watched Nancy Pelosi speak, and I am just appalled at what she says. She is full of hate. And she complains about Trump constantly. Nancy, go look at your own neighborhoods. Tent City, syringes, drugs in the street, defecating. People defecating in the streets. It is a disaster. It looks like a third world country. And let's realize one thing. Just look at what's happening in the United States today. You look about in LA, San Francisco, Portland, New York, Chicago, Democratic run cities. And look, they're falling apart. They're falling apart. And as far as I'm concerned, they're trying to take away our freedoms. It's happened with this COVID-19. Nothing else worked. The Russian hoax, nothing else worked. So what happens? Now it's COVID-19. We've had issues before with other viruses like the flu, like the swine flu, the bird flu, all these different kinds of flu. Well, we have an amazing body. Our Creator made us to be able to fight diseases, okay? And fight viruses. As long as we eat right, as long as we exercise, as long as we get fresh air and sunshine. Not hunker down in our house with these masks over our mouth, breathing our own toxins. That is not the way to be healthy. Not the way. And all these doctors I hear, not all the doctors, but some of the doctors you hear that have told us how we need to fight this, they never say anything about fresh air, being healthy. It's just about, oh, you got to stay in your house and you can't leave and you can't work and you can. What are they thinking? And the politicians, listen, How many people are out of work? I know there's 40,000 people in Hawaii that are out of work. Are your politicians still getting paid, even though you're not? Think about that for a moment, folks. We have to take our government back. We can no longer deal with what is happening in this country. The looting, the burning, the murdering of people. People being pulled out of their vehicles and beaten. A child shot in the head, a white little boy shot by a black man. If those roles were reversed, well, we'd have total chaos again, which we did with George Floyd. Okay? That little boy didn't get the same treatment. Was he flown around the country? What, did he have all these elite people coming to his funeral and everything? No. He went without a whimper. Think about his dad holding that child in his arms, taking his last breath. Think about that, people. This is not the way it's supposed to be. Our forefathers did not design this country to run this way. The Democratic Party are trying to divide us. The leftists, the tyrannical government that's in place right now is corrupt. And we need to do something about it. And the only way we can do something about it, if the American people stick together, vote Donald Trump in. He's only one man. He did this for us. Now we need to do this for him. Okay? I speak with a lot of passion on this subject because it's important. The Democratic Party is a party of hate. Do you understand that? Just look at what they do to the babies in this country. I want to get sick in my stomach when I think about this. I've seen babies in trash bags, full-term babies. I heard an interview where they were harvesting the organs from these babies. They've taken the brains out and how they cut the fetus, excuse me, and how they stick this fetus in a disposal like it's nothing. That right there should make you mad as an American citizen. That should tear you up inside. Because it does me. And that's what the Democratic Party is. And that's why I'm so against them. Because they are tearing the fabric of this country down. People are looting. They're burning buildings down. They're graffiti. This is our history. We cannot change history. This is where we learn from our history. We have made some mistakes in this country. There's no doubt about it. But when I hear about systemic racism and when I hear about white privilege, that's bullshit. And and I have to be frank and tell you it like it is. Okay? You know what General Patton said during the Second World War? They said, "General, why do you have such bad language?" He said, "When I want it to stick, I give it to them loud and dirty." And that's why I'm telling you, I'm giving it to loud and dirty. And it's bullshit what they're trying to do. And every American should be pissed about it and should do something about it. And the way we can do something about it is to vote them out of office. Those corrupt politicians that got $80 million in the bank. How did they do that on a $200,000 salary? $200,000 a year, which is a great salary. Most Americans would like to make that. But to have 80 million, 150 million. I mean, look at some of their work of politicians. Something is wrong with this picture. But yet Americans are starving today. Americans are out of work. Businesses are closing because of this false narrative that they keep shoving down our throat. And it's time we take our country back. Don't let them take away your guns. Every country that has lost their guns went down. Don't let them put socialism in this country. You see what's happened with every country that has gone to socialism government, a government under socialist rule. They failed miserably. Venezuela is the latest country, and it's disgusting. The people are just dying in the streets. Okay, and that was one of the wealthiest South American countries with the oil, a very oil-rich country. Look what's happened to it. I'm not blowing smoke. I'm telling you exactly what it is. You hear it in the media all the time. But listen to the right media. Listen to people like myself and the conservatives that are out and doing podcasts like this, trying to get the word out, trying to get the truth to the American people. It's not CNN that's going to tell you the truth. That if you watch any of those channels, all those leftist channels, they all say the same thing. If one says it, they all repeat. They're like parrots. They're like parrots. I mean, it's totally ridiculous. And it's time to take our country back. I can't say it enough. I keep repeating myself, and I apologize for that. But I have this passion that we need to fight for this country. Okay? Because if we don't, you will lose your rights. And I for one, don't want to lose mine. And I'm going to fight every fiber of my being to keep my rights. And you should too. I'm Ron with Ron Rants. Please, let's vote Donald Trump back into office. And let's take our country back. One man can't do it by himself. He needs the American people behind him. I thank you. God bless you. God bless this country. And we'll talk soon.